Before I introduce you to our practice today, I would like to quote a few lines from a poem of Emily Dickinson. Wonder is not precisely knowing. Wonder is not precisely knowing, and not precisely knowing not. A beautiful but bleak condition. He has not lived who has not felt. Emily Dickinson is suggesting a very interesting way to balance the experience of wonder between knowing and not knowing. In both cases, not knowing precisely and not knowing precisely. On the one hand, there is this interesting experience of not knowing. While I travel quite often in foreign countries and get myself lost in places I don't know, I could always be surprised on how long it takes me to acknowledge that I'm lost and start asking for my way. So there is just something that doesn't make it so easy to be in the space of not knowing. Maybe there's something about a social pressure there, that as a grown adult, I should come with a lot of answers. Yet at the same time, I must acknowledge that there are so many other things that I couldn't know of. So probably there's a space where we're making up for the answers, even though we don't know. We start getting opinions on things. We start believing and thinking instead of experiencing things. So there is something about not knowing that probably gets us back to the experience. There is this interesting Zen koan where a Zen master walks to a senior monk and asks him, "Where are you going?" And the monk's reply, "I am wandering about aimlessly." "What do you think about your wandering about?" "I don't know." And the Zen master says, "Not knowing is most intimate." Not knowing is most intimate. That's probably one key here. One key why not knowing is such an opportunity in our practice, and at the same time may be so difficult to experience. Because in not knowing, if we are getting close to an intimate experience on reality, maybe we might also experience what comes in terms of fear, in terms of difficulties that we have in our daily practice, the aversion, the hindrances. So there is something about not knowing as a way to just allow ourselves to be connected to the direct experience of life, of the present moment awareness. Yet, at the same time, it is one way for reconnecting with the beginner's mind. And as Suzuki Roshi put it, in the beginner's mind, there are many possibilities. In the expert's mind, there are few. So, the challenge with not knowing in the first place, of not precisely knowing, might be a challenge of just letting go of the expert's answers, of the expectation that we should know on things. But wonder is not just that. Wonder, on the other hand, is not precisely not knowing. So there must be something else than just acknowledging that we don't know in experiencing wonder. There is a willingness to know. There is a curiosity to investigate, to get to know what this is that we don't know. Probably we should think about this curiosity, about this tension, about this opportunity to investigate as all the strength we can put into the question mark. Because when we ask questions out of wonder, we usually ask question with raising the question mark. What is it? There's something here that is really alive, fully present in the question mark. So, I would like to propose today that we have a practice with a very simple question and with a very alive question mark on it. It would not be a simple contemplation practice, but a practice where we take the experience of what we do, of what we sense, of what we feel, as a way to investigate, to question it, and to use a very simple question for that. The question, what is it? What is it that I feel? What is it that I experience now? What is it that I'm thinking? It's just that question that we will let roll out in our practice. Ask and ask again. But not just for the sake of asking, also for the sake of leaving a space of curiosity, a space that would welcome the answers, a space that would take us to actually get some hint of what it is to be in wonder with it, not precisely knowing and not precisely knowing not. So I suggest we take a standard seating in an upright position, feel our feet on the ground, feel our body in a stable position. We start getting connected to our breathing, and then we start opening up the question, what is it? And really welcome, really be ready for receiving the answer. May you have a wonderful practice today.